different nachos.
Hello, you're listening and or watching the Nerd Edification Hour. I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jeremy.
And in today's show, we will first have your anime news, because that is quite important, along with film and entertainment, comic book kind of stuff. Then we'll have your Nintendo news, inevitably, with Pokemon.
Lots of Pokemon.
News, all
The Pokemon.
Only the Pokemans.
Only.
For maybe like 30 seconds.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. And then we'll have your nerd vocab, a very interesting one today. And then we'll have your video game news that is not associated with Nintendo.
You guys feel like you've done this before?
I don't
A
know.
little bit of deja vu.
Yeah, I think we do this every week, technically. And then we'll have your science and technology and all the space and the gadgetry with the NASA
We'll go
and stuff.
Space.
Love it.
But Rachel, did you want to take hold of this one?
I will, because
Go ahead and
anime is my thing.
play that anime graphic, Kyle, if you can,
Yeah.
for me. Or
So-
Drew. It's Drew this
It's
time.
true.
So Netflix and Production IG have announced a new original anime series for Netflix. It's called Perfect Bones. The new 12-episode series will be directed by Kazuto Nakazawa, and it will be set in the future where scientists are attempting to create perfect humans.
If I could have a keyboard, right here, and just do da da da.
I prefer the sloth.
However, though, guys, an evil organization kidnaps a number of these specimens and aims to use them to create a new world order.
How long before Khan's involved in this? Every time there's genetic stuff, Khan shows
Of
up.
course he does.
Khan!
So, we are incredibly excited to work with Production IG, who have worked on a number of hit series such as Attack on Titan and Psycho-Pass, said Eric Barmack, Netflix's VP of International Originals. Yes, that is a department at Netflix.
That's a very specific department.
I think they're just making them up at this point.
They might.
Previous Netflix original anime series include Knights of Sidonia, The Seven Deadly Sins, and Glitter Force.
Which, Jeremy, you really should check out Seven Deadly Sins. I mean, Knights
I've
of
never seen any of
Sidonia's...
these three.
You need to. You would love it. It's really good.
Glitter Force, I have no idea.
Just don't watch Seven Deadly Sins with your kids, though.
Yeah. Maybe not with your kids.
No.
But, like, especially Knights of Sidonia. Ooh, don't watch that with your kids. Oh, it gets a little creepy, but it's awesome.
Unlike Perfect Bones, though, those anime series were released long after their original air date in Japan. Perfect Bones is going to be Netflix's first new anime series that is exclusively streaming. So it is built for them and only them from the ground up.
I'm pretty sure like they do some of the other ones. You'll be able to buy like the DVD sets or Blu-ray sets later on.
Yeah.
'Cause I think you can go. Can't you buy Daredevil? I think. Has that come out yet?
Not yet. They talked about it.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah.
Which will be nice.
If only we can have more seasons of other series like Fairy Tail on Netflix. But
They have 2 seasons now on Hulu, and then a bunch. Then I think some sub stuff now.
All that matters is we're good chance we're getting season 3 of Young Justice. That's all I care about.
That's
all I care about.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
This is your thing. I think.
Yeah, this is mine. DC's live-action sitcom Powerless has added 3 more top-line actors, according to Deadline. Firefly's Alan Tudyk, A to Z's Christina Kirk, and Community's Danny Pudi. Additionally, the Hollywood Trade has descriptions of all 3 actors' characters, as well as series star Vanessa Hudgens. Basically, Powerless it's tied to DC somehow, but it's about, I guess, like heroes with no powers. But it's supposed to be a comedy, which is going to be kind of a weird one. I don't know how they're going to mix that one in.
I'm kind of excited, though, because DC's been really, really good about their TV intellectual property and stuff like that.
The problem with it, though, is they still keep it all separate.
Well, yeah.
I guess they're trying to do the whole multiverse aspect to it, which is kind of weird.
They don't keep everything separate because Arrow, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow is all connected.
Well, that's the TV side stays connected, but they won't touch on the movies. But they're kind of doing it like a multiverse.
Well, they reference it slightly because
they reference part of it in Supergirl, but then they're supposed to have Flash meet up with Supergirl because he's jumping dimensions. So that's how they're kind of bridging the gap in part of that.
Yeah, and
so
in addition, though, but the Flash talks about events that he references other superheroes out there other than Arrow. Like an Arrow does too.
Yeah, but they're not the same ones. Like when they have the movies, they're not going to be the same. Like they're even having a different Flash in the movie. It's Barry Allen, but it's a different Barry Allen.
Yeah.
So they're not doing like Marvel where you've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil and all these other ones that are directly connected to the
I wonder
movies.
if they have a specific person on staff that actually keeps track of all of this. And
I want that job.
What exactly?
I want that job. I'd be there with a clipboard of graph paper and my tablet just going, no. You have to be in this universe. Now you go to that one.
What universe are we in
And
today?
technically, you are in this one, but we'll have this person do
Five?
this.
I'm sorry, this is the Golden Age representation. You need to do this.
Oh my God, that would be beautiful.
They would shoot me.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah, this is a little bit more yours.
Yay.
Maybe.
I'm not really a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons, although
Oh, I
I like
remember
the
the
concept
cartoon
of
from
it.
this.
I like the concept of it, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, that's pretty cool. But so the previous attempts to convert Dungeons and Dragons into live action did not turn out so well.
No, it didn't.
In
Yep.
fact, the sequel
Wayne
to
Brothers.
the 2000 film is a little known novelty with one returning character.
It had a sequel? Seriously?
Apparently. So, but
Nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
I guess you couldn't understand why.
Yeah, I had no idea about that one.
But producer Roy Lee told Collider. Collider. Wow. I need to go back to English school or something. This is ridiculous.
English?
English school.
Is it like the neutron? How'd you say it? Collider. It's a
Collider.
neutron collider.
So Roy Lee told Collider that they may have found the right balance to launch a film series. Quote, this new Dungeons and Dragons will be a Guardians of the Galaxy toned movie in a token-like universe. Unquote.
I like their description.
Yeah, if they want to try and milk
really-
it into any other popular movies, they'll make it R-rated and just throw in Daredevil and just have it all come out.
Basically, I guess they're going along, hey, the Avengers, like the whole Marvel universe kind of made this formula, and it's been working so far, so why don't we just kind
but
of...
also comedy.
Yeah.
And also drama.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're like over a pot and like, here, we'll put in some action, and then we'll put in a little comedy spice, and we'll stir it around and maybe throw in a
See,
few
I
cameos.
would just want this to be a CG movie, and you just download it, and then at the beginning of it, you make your character sheet, and it generates a movie from there.
Just like how we're gonna have to buy the expansion to the Warcraft movie.
Yeah, you love that joke.
I
don't you?
did love that joke.
You're
That
gonna
was
see
so good.
when we go see the second Warcraft movie, they're gonna have to have proof you bought and watched the first one before you get to see the second
Okay,
one.
so if we're
haven't
gonna
heard that joke. That's funny.
if we're gonna get if we are going to get mounts for getting tickets to Warcraft,
Yeah.
this will happen. But if we get this, does that mean that we get new books for Dungeons and Dragons going to this one?
new layouts.
Oh,
or
I know my
something.
friend.
you get new 20-sided die.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
New-
No. I know my
new
friend
dice.
Davey would be absolutely over the moon.
You bought your
about
tickets.
this.
Roll to see if you get to watch it. Oh, go back to the back of line. Buy it
Oh,
again.
looks like your intelligence isn't high enough.
Roll for popcorn.
God, I wonder who the DM would be. The director?
It'd be the one guy working in the theater. I'm finally more important.
Oh man.
The one guy up in the booth, he's like.
But what did he also point out?
So he also pointed out that the actual films of the that are based on J.R.R.'s Tolkien's Middle-earth have a earthiness to them, making them a fairly serious, seriously
it's,
fantasy
I think they're
landscape.
earnest.
Earnestness.
Their earnestness.
It's not
Earnestness?
earthiness. It's not
I
ground.
think they're earnest.
But there's a lot of earthliness in them.
Yes, there is.
I will say that.
Because it is Middle Earth.
Again, I need to go back to school
Dungeons
learn
and
how to
Dragons
read.
in space.
Your English teacher would be
My
ashamed
English.
right now.
All my English teachers.
The English teacher is proud
I
as
guess
heck,
I'm
right?
just gonna have to hold this like up to my face so I could read this.
You can't even blame us on the print this time.
I can't. Last week was awful.
Nope.
So earnestness to them, making them fairly seriously fantasy landscapes ripe for something more irreverent. Okay, I got that one right. While the film is still a long way off, Lee hopes to create a project that is fairly faithful to the setting of the classic role-playing game. It will also feature a group of people thrown together in an adventure, but notably, they will not be pulled from modern-day Earth to the land of orcs and beholders.
We tried that in the 80s. It was horrible.
God, the fans of the animated series are going to be so disappointed.
No, we're not. We're quite grateful.
Or delighted.
Yeah. You're not doing that?
It's good.
And the heavens open up and there's choruses of orcs and elves.
No modern day people. No Wayans brothers. No, let's just keep let's just not make the mistakes of the past.
Okay, so here's some more DC
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, it's Jeremy, as you spoiled earlier in the show. Go ahead.
I didn't really spoil
You
it.
kind of did, though, but
Yeah, we talked about other stuff. The legal maxim, justice delayed is justice denied, wasn't meant to apply to superhero films, but the epic wait is finally over for DC fans. Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 1 is officially a go at Warner Brothers and will begin filming on April 11th, a little over 2 weeks after the release of Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. The director and studio told Entertainment Weekly. The idea that we could begin to boot up a Justice League concept was a cool thing, said Snyder, who also directed 2013's Man of Steel and has become one of the key figures in shaping DC's connected film universe. Now, I didn't really give it away earlier. I was talking about what they had for the TV shows. They kind of connected into one. The movies are another, and the way they're kind of bridging it is they're doing the whole multiverse type thing. So on one side, it gives each side full freedom to do what they want.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to do this to kill that guy off. Why?
It also gets
Different
really
universe.
confusing, though. Yeah, it gets really confusing.
Well, then we get to deal with the lovely, in 20 years, have the whole, Crisis on Infinite Earth movie series to reboot everything.
The entire thing. Yeah.
whoopsies.
All right, so
Somebody's on
now
the
we
reset
are
button.
going to move on to our inevitable Nintendo news, starting with Pokemon. So last night,
Starting with Pokemon.
because it's all Pokemon, honestly. But
Starting and ending with Pokemon.
last night,
It's a lot, but not a little.
last night, the new logos for the Pokemon games were leaked.
All day yesterday, though,
They literally
Twitter was exploding
all
with
over the place
these.
because it's called Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon.
Yeah.
But we actually got to see a second or two of concept art during today's Pokemon Direct, which was
like the
earlier
art
this
style.
morning. It was very nice. Yeah. You can see it more toward the end of the trailer. The rest of it, really, it spends 99% of its runtime reminding you that it's Pokemon's 20th anniversary because it has this kind of retrospective with memories of all the different, I played on this really, really big, clunky Game Boy.
It's not that big. I have one, so.
I played on this, regular DS, this regular Game Boy Color, this Game Boy Advance, etc. So a lot of memories.
Which, today is, at least in Japan, it's the 27th
Yeah,
over there.
yeah.
It's officially the 20th anniversary. And that's most of what the Direct was for.
Yes, exactly.
They were just not very clear about
they
that.
weren't.
So people were like, wait, what?
So
Hey, direct information. Wait, what do you mean it's what?
honestly, though, despite all the legacy hype leading up to this announcement trailer, we don't actually get to see too much of what's new. You can't tell where the locale is, though you can make out Blastoise riding in a fire truck, which says to me, Blastoise is helping put out fires.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
Kind of, unless you're thinking about his Pokedex entry, which he'd probably actually wipe the building off the face of the planet
Probably.
by accident, but that's,
But along with what appears to be a Machamp in the back of another truck.
Mm-hmm.
So the bulk of what we know about this new game is that
Pokemon have jobs?
Pokemon have jobs and that there's going to be a whole heck of a lot of varieties of trucks. Now, according to the Pokemon Company, Pokemon Sun and Moon will be out later this year for the holidays, and it will release worldwide in 9 different languages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adding in
So-
2 versions of Chinese for the first time.
Yes.
Which
So,
was nice.
Awesome.
That's
Though,
pretty-
honestly, I'm kind of bummed that we're not going to have a Pokemon Z.
I think Sun and Moon. I don't think they've officially said it's Gen 7, have they?
They have. It's the whole new generation.
Really?
People are kind of upset, going like, "Oh, well, this should have been announced as like an NX thing, or why is it not specifically for, the new 3DS? They're not taking advantage of it." And I was like, "Well, that kind of makes sense. Remember when the DS first came out, or the 3DS first came out? Everyone's expecting the first Pokemon game to be just for the 3DS and do everything, but we got Black and White, which was for the original DS, but they had such a large market for that. But it was playable on both, and that's what
Right.
they're kind of going at.
And I think that they're going to continue to do the same on that.
They've always done that.
Oh yeah, because I think there isn't really a lot of games out there that are only playable on the new 3DS.
Well, there's only 2.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, like, in the whole history of Pokemon, they've actually done this a lot, because I didn't even realize at first, Gold and Silver, when I first got them, I already had a Game Boy Color, so I played them on a Game Boy Color. I thought that's what they were meant for. They even had the cases for it and everything. You can play them in an original Game Boy. They will play on a Black and White, so they had that whole market. So they always kind of bridge the gap with it. And then later on, they might have one that's exclusive for it.
Right.
Like
Right.
for Game Boy Advance, they had to, but those still worked in the DS when
Yeah.
they came out with
Yep.
Fire Red and,
Yep.
and Leaf Green.
Yeah, Nintendo's really good about the on some level the backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
That's really good. And good news also for fans of the older games, we are getting a re-release of Pokemon Red and Blue
Yes.
tomorrow to
Red, blue, and
celebrate.
yellow.
Yep. And And with those, you can transfer your Pokemon from those games into the Pokebank. So they couldn't really do it with the original stuff.
Yeah.
But now you can, because they work with the Pokemon Bank, which is pretty good. Another thing, though, talk about Sun and Moon. Saw several jokes about this on Twitter. It was hilarious. So there is Mega Man .exe, the .exe Mega Man version had Mega Man 4, Red Sun, and Blue Moon. Mm-hmm. So I was like, Mega Man already did this Pokemon. And
I just want the Sun Pokemon and the Moon Pokemon to be featured in each of them so I can name them Sun, Sun, and Moon, Moon. Yep, I made that joke. I'm not even mad.
And then somebody else made a comparison. Oh, well, Digimon had Digimon World Dusk and Digimon World Dawn.
Actually, a friend of mine made that joke earlier today.
It's not exactly something new. I mean,
no, it's not. It's
ever since the beginning, we had Pokemon
Red,
Blue, and Green, and then Yellow. So that was back, they're talking about like 96.
Yeah.
Which, mind you, when that came out, I was a senior in high school. So yeah, it's been 20 years. Good.
Are you even gonna get Pokken Tournament?
I've already paid for it.
Oh,
and the controller.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Seriously?
Hey.
Zelda Twilight Princess for the
paid
Wii.
for already.
Paid for already, and it arrives at my house on March 4th.
I've got games for like the next year already paid for and ready to go. Like I've just been like, let's get it over
I'm
with.
just waiting to hear the exact release date of a certain title I've been waiting for a long time for, and then I'm going to go to probably ye old GameStop and reserve.
If you cannot guess, then you're obviously new to the show.
Yes.
Zelda.
No. But okay, so Pokemon Go is pretty exciting right now.
Yeah.
Why is it exciting?
Because it's like living our childhood.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm just curious the mechanics of how it's going to work, but I mean, it's still. I'm interested. It's a nice platform for it.
It doesn't have a solid release date yet.
Yeah.
But the president and CEO of the Pokemon Company has confirmed that it is going to be hitting Japan, North America, and Europe first, followed by other regions later.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we will get to hear more at the Game Developers Conference, which is going to be in San Francisco from March 16th to 18th. So pretty much smack dab in the middle of spring break.
Yeah, which I'm wondering if Nintendo's going to have more of a presence this year for it. 'Cause they've done it before, and they've announced or shown things. I mean, I don't know if we're covering some of it later, but if they're going to announce some of these things, they need to kind of get on the ball and get it out there.
Well, see, that's what they're talking about. They're going to be talking about Pokemon Go at this. The annual expo is showcasing, you guessed it, video game development from all across the globe. And this year, the Niantic CEO, John Hank, or Hanky, however he wants to pronounce it, I think it's Hank, will be going to the stage in a summit session entitled Catch 'em All, Pokemon Go, and Real World Gaming as part of their smartphone and tablet game summit. According to the official GDC website, his talk, which they describe as Pokemon Go Deconstructed, will explore the development of the game as well as going over some of the finer points of the mechanics themselves. He aims to offer attendees an in-depth look at how players are interacting and exploring the world with one another through Pokemon Go, and the collaborative approach to design and development of the game, and what Niantic, who also developed Ingress, sees as the next evolution of augmented reality in real-world mobile gameplay experiences. So we will get to hear some more information in just a few short weeks. And hopefully then maybe following shortly after, we'll actually get some release dates. A release date.
Maybe we'll get to see their business model. That's what I'm most worried about. I want to know the business model. Like, what are they doing with their microtransactions or whatever? I need to know that.
Yeah, that is actually a good point.
Smart consumer.
Well, if they're handling it the way that they handle
Oh,
Shuffle,
then that's not good.
then that's not good.
It's not good at all, because the mobile version was even worse than the 3DS one.
And if they're handling it the way that Picross is handling it, it's a little bit better, but not good.
Hopefully,
I think they're going to be
as
smart.
long as they don't handle it as EA does.
Yeah.
Because then I'm done. I'm just out.
Well,
just no.
Oh, we're shutting down a
EA
game.
is EA.
We're shutting it down. Sorry. We made it, but we're turning it off now.
Okay, Jeremy,
All right.
here's what's our nerd vocab today?
Nerd vocab for this week is...
vocab.
We done?
Yes.
All right. Nerd vocab for this week is magistrate. A civil officer or lay judge who administers the law, especially one who conducts a court that deals with minor offenses and holds preliminary hearings for more serious ones.
And you might be wondering why we're doing that.
Why are we talking about politics on
We
the
just
show?
like the word.
We'll get,
I do like the word.
It sounds like kind of weird, like mysterious. Sounds like something like a class in an MMO. But
Well, it is technically kind of.
We will explain more.
But
later.
will.
we're actually going. The reason why we're talking about this is because there's a bit of a issue thing going on right now.
It's a legal kerfuffle.
It's a legal kerfuffle, and we're going to actually talk about that in our technology news. And
spoilers.
yeah, so we wanted to introduce that word to y'all in case you didn't know it.
It just in case, because when I saw it, I was like,
If we have
what?
time, there may actually be one more actual legal story we can throw in here too that came up this week about a certain politician who got
I thought you were going to talk about
boy.
it. I thought you were going
boy.
to talk about a certain
Leland Yee.
four-starred ball. But okay,
Now this.
I don't know.
Oh no, that's a whole other thing. That's
okay.
not illegal. That's just YouTube being stupid.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, we'll move on to the first one here. Ubisoft has announced more than 6.4 million players took part in the Division's beta, which ended February 22nd. With so many players, the Division's beta is reportedly the biggest beta ever for a new game brand on current generation platforms. I love how they just keep adding things to try and make it right. Biggest beta ever for a new game brand on current generation platforms with blue. You know, just keep adding stuff to make it true.
Blue and orange.
Apparently, my friends had a lot of fun in that beta, and they were like, "Richie, you should play with us." And I was like, "No."
I kind of look at it like I did Destiny. It's like, yeah, it was great, and then just floundered. And I'm really concerned about it because Ubisoft has kind of a record of they don't always get these quite right.
Thankfully, though, with Destiny, on the Destiny front, we are getting some new stuff in spring, and then some more new stuff in fall coming before Destiny 2.
Yeah,
So,
I'm still kind of looking at that, but like with Ubisoft, once again, this is another issue of like they showed the game at E3, like, oh, this is playable, this is how it is. Nothing like the actual game that came out. They pulled another Watch Dogs, and immediately I'm like, I don't even want to play it now because it's still.
Dogs. I played
if
that.
they had never
2
showed
years
it
ago, we were promised a game to look like this, and when it's finally here, the hype is over.
And that's the thing is, and this is the problem I've had with it. I'm not saying it's not a bad game, and I honestly haven't played it, so I can't give it a fair shake one way or the other. But if they had not tried to just butter it up and make it look all nice and basically lie about it at E3, then this one would look better than it does now. It's an impressive looking game, except it looks it's a big enough difference. Sorry, it looks like they were showing a next generation game and they went back to a 360 game. The disparagence and how much difference.
And
I'm
here's where a lot of game developers have a problem. They promise all these big things and then they don't happen and fans are disappointed. Why don't you promise what you know you can promise and then give us extra stuff?
I'd rather see a realistic, buggy game. Like, here's what it is. We're working on it, how it's actually running, versus here's what we're saying it's gameplay, but it's actually not.
Right. Exactly. But
that was my Ubisoft rant. Sorry.
Oh, of course. I mean, we got to have at least one of those every few weeks.
I'll give them credit. The last Assassin's Creed was actually good.
Yeah, it wasn't. It did have some bugs in it, but they were really
nowhere near what it was before.
Yes, I know, but see, for me, this
was playable.
Well, for me, the bugginess that I come across, the bugginess that I actually find in these Assassin's Creed games,
their faces imploding.
To me, they're very endearing because I
thought the floating teeth and eyes were endearing.
A little bit. No, there is this. I didn't come across any bugs like that. That's
and
the
nothing
thing.
else.
No, see, that's the thing. I didn't come across any bugs like that.
They didn't have that in the last one. We're talking about the one before it.
No, I didn't come across any bugs like that in the one before.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, no, the only bug that I came across was when I was playing it just the other day and I laughed. I was actually streaming it and I started laughing because I'm running and all of a sudden these characters are like going into a wall, like it's a door, just walking through it, and I'm like, and then they all are kind of spazzing out inside of the wall and then they all fall out of the wall and then come walking out, and I'm just like,
at that point, you just look around like, all right, where's the TARDIS? This is doctor level stuff. What's going on?
I literally went, are they going on to platform 9 3/4? Do they need to tap the bricks to get into Diagon Alley? I was really concerned. But no, I didn't come across any bugs like that. And Caleb, this is more of your thing because you really like this show.
Okay. Well,
you do.
Okay,
you really like this show.
Oh, this again. I'm just giving you heck.
All right, so I do like Sword Art Online. That's what we're going to talk about now. So IBM is making Sword Art Online for real. And I'm not talking about like their little
For real?
Vita games that are kind of whatever, but I'm talking about like for real, like with virtual reality and
Wait. So
What?
if we die in the game, do we die in real life?
No.
Okay, good.
That is-
Technically, yes, because
no,
you'll
you'll-
eventually die.
No,
I mean, you basically every game is that way. I died in
Oh,
Mario when I was a
boy.
child. I will eventually die. Mario killed me.
Oh boy, we're getting into that level. We're getting into that level.
So no, you'll be
It's
happy
deep
to
here.
know that it won't follow the Sword Art Online in-game rule that if you die in game, you die in real life. So don't have to worry about that. So that's good.
Oof.
So dubbed Sword Art Online The Beginning Project, this IBM-sponsored concept is based on the popular virtual world anime, in which people play a game by the same name. So this project is currently accepting applications for over 200 people to test it in Tokyo from March 18th to March 20th.
Of course, they begin it in Japan.
Of course.
Nice. Interesting. IBM is the one doing this.
Very interesting. With
So-
all that Intel's been doing lately, I'm surprised. So
So yeah, I don't know how exactly it's going to work. I don't know if it's like virtual reality with your arms, or if they thought of like, oh yes, we've thought of like neural
or is it
things
going
where
to
it
be?
connects to your brain.
Or is it going
and
to
stuff
be
like
something
that,
kind of like in Ready Player One?
Probably just sitting you down with an Oculus Rift, some controllers, and a sandwich.
Probably.
And a sandwich.
Well, they don't want you getting all
do we
hungry.
have
and-
No,
more?
that's Team Fortress 2, Jeremy. That's different.
Sandwich.
So-
Sandwich.
Okay, so
Yes,
let
this
me.
one's good.
This one's good.
Okay.
This one's very good, but I just got to say, 6 years in development is nothing. This is nothing.
Duke Nukem says hi.
Yeah, exactly. This is nothing. After 6 years in development, there's an action RPG that's finally coming out. Crate Entertainment first announced Grim Dawn, which is a Diablo-like RPG using Titan Quest's engine.
Yeah.
And they announced it back in January 2010.
Wow.
Then 2 years later, they collected over $500,000 with a successful Kickstarter campaign, and later put the game on early access in 2013. Now, after half a dozen years, Grim Dawn is getting released. Mechanics-wise, Grim Dawn should be familiar to you if you played any of the Diablo games.
Click, click, click.
Exactly.
Click, click.
Any of the Torchlights, Path of Exile, or especially Titan Quest.
I love Torchlight.
You go through a 4-act campaign on varying difficulty levels in a Victorian-inspired grim world, solving quests and slaughtering everything in your way. Okay, when I saw Victorian-inspired, I was hooked.
A lot of people do that. They
I
say,
saw
yeah,
that, and I
like,
went,
oh yeah,
okay.
Bloodborne, Victorian inspired. I'm
Yeah.
there. You know.
As
Yeah,
long as it's not like 1886.
exactly.
Let's just stay away from that.
Now, since this game comes from Titan Quest's developers, similarly to that game, you can create a male or female character at the start and then decide on a class while playing.
Nice.
So that's kind of interesting.
Okay.
That's very different.
So
But
if you've been looking forward to that, there you go. It's finally
coming out after 6 years of development. Good job,
I'm
guys.
kind of. I mean, if they've been on early access since 2013, I kind of ruled that almost like when it came out, because you're playing it, they're just letting you. They're making updates and stuff while you play it, but people have been playing it for the last 3 years. So
And you're paying for beta, essentially, I think.
pretty much.
no, Destiny did that.
Yeah, they did. A very long time. I will admit to that,
The whole-
even though I played Destiny.
Here's a very
And
expensive
speaking
beta.
of
Speaking
shooters.
of shooters, Jeremy, this is more of your spiel since you're more of a Microsoft person than we are.
Should we
I
make the
found this
laptop
funny.
talk about it?
Yeah, the laptop could talk about it. Yeah, you're
Siri,
right.
yeah. Since its launch last October, Halo 5 Guardians has received monthly content updates, bringing significant changes to the shooter. These have ranged from the addition of familiar features like Forge and Big Team Battle to brand new content like Original Arena and Warzone maps. But we're on the cusp of a new major update, Hammerstorm, which marks, among other things, the return of fan-favorite Halo multiplayer mode, Griffball.
Wait, you said Hammerstorm?
Yeah.
Does that mean gravity hammers?
Yes.
Well, that's why you have to have Griffball.
Gravity.
Now,
I'm mean with the gravity hammer.
what's not listed here, which is what I'm actually more excited about, Griffball, whatever, people liked it, Fireteam. We're getting that back, which is my favorite mode in a
I'm
lot
just
of those.
mean with grab hammers. I'm mean.
But we would always get together, like especially in ODST, that's one of my favorite multiplayer modes, because you can get 4 or 5 of us together online, wave upon waves of enemies coming in, and you just have to fight and try and work together to survive. And I've always preferred those, because you don't get people being complete jerks about it, going like, oh, I killed you, spawn camp, all that. No, it's just like, okay, we need to actually try and survive. Let's do this. That's one of the things.
That
Gears of War did it probably best, but Halo did such a good job.
You know, working together and not being a complete mean person about when you're, playing with other people. That reminds me of what happened to me last night when I was playing Blade and Soul.
It's like having people skills.
Yeah,
it's rare
no,
these days.
I was just, talking to an NPC, and then this player from another faction just kills me as I'm in a, a cutscene sort of talking thing. And I was like, yeah, okay, nice. That's very nice. Thank you.
Does the talk keep going? Your corpse is just laying there?
And then, no, you actually die, and then they resurrected me, and they said, oh, not good enough to mess with. And I got on the chat thing, and I was like, not good enough to mess with? You're just rude. I'm like, you're what, a level 45 deciding to kill a level 8? That's just rude.
Have you ever played an MMO before?
Yes, I have. It's just not very nice. People
you
on
paid
WoW
to be hated on.
No, I'm not. This is a free MMO. People on WoW were nicer than this, and that's saying something.
The free MMOs, that explains.
Well, you can get premium one, but it's a really good MMO. I'm just saying.
It's an MMO.
It is a good MMO. But
it's a free MMO.
But people.
World of Warcraft was bad about that.
Yeah, no. People were actually nicer when I played WoW. Yeah, and that's saying something.
Dang. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That is saying
I'll
something.
tell you about a community that's actually very nice, for the most part.
Which
Talk
one?
about Phantasy Star Online 2 community, but it's very hard to get.
Have you
there,
been playing that
yes.
lately? Good.
Actually, yes, because episode 4 came out for
Hooray!
that, so it's like all new stuff, new class, new stuff and things, and I'm like, eee.
Hooray!
I'm excited.
Okay, so
I'm such a nerd.
Let's talk about space.
Space.
What do you want to get real quick? I'll throw in that one little bit here.
Oh yeah. Well, save that until the actual, politics stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can go either way for gaming or for politics.
So now we're on our science and technology kind of news.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, tell us about NASA. What's NASA got going on?
So in a meeting centered on the future of space exploration and research, NASA met with Congressional House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology yesterday in Washington. Among the many items discussed, both congressmen and representatives of NASA brought up the future of space travel, particularly in the context of a manned mission to Mars.
Yes.
Of course, they'd be interested in that.
Well, I mean, it's the closest planet that we can get to that we've already proven we can put stuff in there. I mean, we've got a little robot that runs around and once a year, sadly lonely, sings itself happy birthday. That is the most adorable and depressing thing I've ever heard.
At the very same time.
Think about it. There's an entire planet. It's the only thing moving around on it. This, whatever's going on, and then one time every year it just stops and sings itself happy birthday and continues on.
Aww.
So sad. I wonder if it echoes.
It is so depressing. It just needs cats to finish the whole set.
I wonder if it echoes through the Mars sand dunes.
But
the first aliens are going to show up and just start singing happy birthday.
That's the first song they're going to know. I mean, no, we have
and someone here will sue them for the rights of it.
No, see, we've sent musical transmissions into space. Plenty
on a lovely
of stuff.
gold disc.
Yeah,
I think it was on Voyager.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so there's music out there. And then there's that one thing where they heard that weird music sounding radio transmission on the moon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
But also another thing I think discussed in that meeting, they were talking about like a space hotel.
Why am I not surprised?
It kind of makes sense though, because if they can get space travel working, getting somewhere where they could
efficiently
monetize it. Because right now,
ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be for the super rich at first, and that's something that has to kind of come down as it goes from there. But
actually, one of my favorite singers of all time, Sarah Brightman, she actually went to Russia and went through their cosmonaut sort of school, and she was actually going to be the first person to record a song in space. And then for health reasons, she got sick, so she couldn't go on her planned mission and all that. And she had a little kind of what is it where the teams that go into space have their own patch? She had her own patch that she made. Oh, it was so cool. And then she didn't get to go. It was postponed. I don't know if she's ever going to get to go, but we'll see. We'll see.
While they're out there, they just record her song. Like, no.
Yeah. So. That's that. And this is interesting.
Yes, this is what I'm.
The computers at a Los Angeles hospital have been down for more than a week after ransomware ended up on its internal network. Patients at Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center have been transferred to other hospitals because of the outage, and connected medical devices and portals are all offline as well. The attackers have reportedly asked for more than $3.6 million to decrypt the system and the hospital's files, CSO reports. Staff now has to turn to fax machines and landline telephones to get work done. And all of the medical records are being kept on paper. That's a throwback!
Just to show again that our technology today is kind of
Well, for part of this, the way this works is it goes in, encrypts the files, and demands the money, so you can't get access to it. Everything is still there. You have to know the key to get to it. Now, from the reports I read on this one, they actually ended up having to pay it. They did pay the money. They unlocked it, so they got it back.
Okay.
But they're having, that's why the importance of to keep backups on a lot of these things. Now, there was also a sheriff's office that had that done to it, and a few other places, and they
Is it all the same people that's hacking it right
It's
now?
different groups. They just show up in other countries and they do this, and they demand payments, the $3.6 million, but it has to be in bitcoins. Is how they get money, so because it's not traceable, not in the general means. So that's we were talking about that with the cybersecurity group here, Guy Garrett's program.
Yeah.
And
shameless advertising.
Shameless. Yeah.
I'm
Very shameless.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I should have worn mine today.
Oh yeah, that'd have been great.
You have a
you would have felt all
Yeah.
left. So then you
I don't
felt
have
all
a
left
tiger
out.
team. There's.
But it is an issue that comes up though, because that's why you have to be careful about
Everything
just
you
randomly
do.
clicking around and doing stuff, because it does not take much. As long as if you click on something and they found a way to make it as an accept, by the time you realize what's happening, it's already too late.
Right, and
So-
we'll get into that sort of kind of privacy versus security thing in this next thing. And I think the one thing you're about to talk about also relates to it in a way.
Not so much. This
but-
is more of a bitter irony for a guy with video game laws. That's what he tried to do. Yeah.
Well, do you want to go ahead and do that one now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, there was a California State Assembly from District 12, a guy named Leland Yee. Years ago, him, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was governor at the time, were really pressing to try and have laws that would restrict like mature rated games, access to them, just have a lot of them either put as a criminal offense, things like that. So if someone had bought a game or even bought one for someone that was under 18 for a mature rated game, like they had these almost like it just went nuts on what they wanted to do, like huge fines, jail time, and they kept pushing. It's this horrible thing. Well, irony is a lovely thing when it comes around, and he has been charged to 5 years with a couple $100,000 fine for weapons trafficking, dealing with mafia.
What the heck?
Oh yeah, he went, and we're all just like, he literally pulled a GTA, and he was the one that fought against Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. So, if you all could see this fellow's face right now, he literally has the big, he just looks so happy. This really big grin on his face.
Here we go.
Completely innocent.
And I have my little tablet here pulled up, but on July 1st, 2015, Yee pleaded guilty to a felony racketeering count in relation to money laundering, public corruption, and bribery in San Francisco Chinatown organized crime case. So he was dealing with, I think there's other stuff like with weapons charges. Yeah.
Oh.
So
This is juicy.
as of February 24th, he was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison.
Dang.
So
That's the really big boy prison, by the way. If y'all didn't know, that's the super big boy. That's like out in the middle of an island, out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, where there is no hope of escape.
yeah, he was one of the
Basically.
ones that was like working with Jack Thompson with a lot of this stuff. They were trying to pass the laws. All these things he's tried to do in the name of decency and all this stuff. Well,
No,
he's
he was trying to make himself look, good. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, he was a bad boy.
He's a very bad boy. He's
Well,
getting coal in his stocking this Christmas.
Oh, that's
I
one
think
way
for
to
the
put
next
it.
5 Christmases.
For the next
he's getting-
ever, yeah.
For the next 5 Christmases.
But okay, so now we're gonna get back to the privacy versus security. sort
Enjoy
of
your
thing.
irony, people.
Enjoy that really heebie-jeebie irony there. But so now we're gonna actually get back to where our nerd vocab came from. Majesty. magistrate. So earlier this week, a federal magistrate ordered Apple to assist the FBI in hacking into the iPhone used by one of the San Bernardino shooters.
Oh.
Apple will fight this order in court. They are fighting this order.
Good, they should.
Yeah.
The policy implications are complicated. The FBI wants to set a precedent that tech companies will assist law enforcement in breaking their user security, and the technology community is afraid that the precedent will limit what sorts of security features it can offer customers.
We'll just, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have things to say.
Oh, me too. For once, I am with Apple on this one.
Me
the
too.
FBI sees this as a privacy versus
English.
security debate, while the tech community sees it as a security versus surveillance debate, which I
Yep.
completely understand.
Yep.
The technology considerations are more straightforward and shine a light on the policy questions. The iPhone 5C in question is encrypted.
Mm-hmm.
That means that someone without a key cannot get into this data. This is a good security feature. It's a very good security feature.
Which, I mean, you can see how this can be used in either direction.
Exactly.
With the hospital, that's exactly
Right.
what happened. They encrypted it.
Right.
They don't have the key.
It's
Right.
kind of like a castle that has a sewer outlet. Usually, that's a place for people to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your phone.
I don't know. I'm trying to make a.
Yeah,
Just
it's like
We got this.
it's like it's a castle that once was open to everybody, but now it has a moat and a drawbridge, and no one knows how to put down the drawbridge.
crocodiles.
Yeah, with crocodiles. Yeah.
Crocodiles.
So your phone is a very intimate device. It's likely that you use it for private text conversations. It's connected even to your bank accounts. So location data reveals where you've been, and if you correlate multiple phones, and that reveals who you associate with.
Yep.
Encryption protects your phone if it's stolen by criminals. Encryption protects the phones of dissidents around the world if they're taken by local police.
Yep.
It protects all of the data on your phone and the apps that increasingly control the world around you. So, but this is the thing, and Apple has said stuff on this. If they create a thing that is a backdoor thing into the iPhone, that's it. It's out there.
That's pretty
It's
much a
out there.
backdoor to
That's-
everybody.
Yeah, and that
Pretty
in
much.
itself is, a breach of privacy, a breach of security, and stuff like that. It's a breach of both things.
Well, one of the arguments I absolutely hate hearing, and a lot of people that have no idea what they're talking about, you hear it come up,
Yeah.
oh, well, why are you so worried about it if you have nothing to hide? And that's
not the point.
That's not the point.
It's not the
beyond,
point.
that's not even the point. That's everybody has a private life.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, you see us on here every week talking and so forth, but each of us have our own private lives, how we, whatever we do, whatever we live, what we think, that's us. Your phones are intimately tied to that, of how we communicate with people, as you said, where we're going, all these things. Now, if someone did, like say they took my phone, which has been stolen before, but nothing ever came of it because it's an encrypted device. You have to have a lot of stuff to get into it, to do things. And they even have it now where you can kind of like, okay, if you don't get the password or certain things correct, it will
locks
blow itself up. Like
Yeah.
it will digitally just wipe itself.
Yeah, and in addition, though, as soon as you know that your phone is stolen, you can call. You can call like Verizon, you can call
Yeah.
Apple, you can call.
And you can just
whoever
have it
makes your
shut
phone
down,
and be like,
locked out.
"Yo, my phone is stolen. I don't know where it is. Can you please?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do that for you.
And they even have
So-
services where you can do it. But
Yeah.
the issue what they're trying to do is instead of just trying to unencrypt the one phone, if I'm pretty sure if they were like, we just want to get into this one phone and see if Apple can find a way for them to get into that, they might be able to figure something out. But they want them to go in, redo the software, and
Right.
literally
Create a backdoor. Yeah.
think about it this way: if you had your house, it's secured, it's your home.
Yeah.
Now, if the local government came by and said, okay, we need you to knock out part of this wall and put a door in, but we're going to have the key to it. Don't worry, you'll still be protected. But we're going to have this key, and we're just going to kind of leave it around.
Exactly. But see, what they're doing though is they're using this particular case as a means to get that functionality. I hope they don't get it, honestly, because I don't want them having
In
to
the
do
basic
that.
terms, they're trying to use fear-mongering to get more surveillance access.
Right. Exactly.
They're, you can't have your private life. They want to know what you're doing at all times, and they don't get the right to do that.
Right. Yeah. I understand that they want access to this phone. They need access to this phone, but they should only be allowed access to this phone.
And they've had, I think there's some others, I apologize, I can't remember the names
Yeah.
of them. I was looking at some of the cybersecurity people, like, I think ones from, like, that made, like,
Yeah.
McAfee and stuff like that. They were like, look, we will find a way to unencrypt it just for that phone. We'll do it. Don't just leave Apple
Right.
alone. We'll figure it out for this one device. there's no need to try and break everyone's, because what's the point in trying? That's like trying to catch one fish in the ocean by draining the entire ocean, getting rid of all the water.
Yeah, so,
it makes no sense.
And, you know, I applaud these security companies that are offering to just do it for this phone, just so we don't have to deal with it, because they understand. They understand the absolute mess that this is going to create.
What scares me is like some of the people that are running for president are just like, no, they should just go ahead and do this. Give us the key, go and do all that. And I'm like, no. You have no idea about security, or sadly you do know about it and you just want access.
Yep.
And that terrifies me.
Okay, so we're gonna actually end this on a happy note, because this is kind of cool.
Yay, happy.
Leland Yee's in jail.
I want to do it.
That was my happy.
So
I've dealt with it for years.
this is actually really cool. And
All right.
Caleb, tell us about this cool Facebook stuff.
So, Facebook has officially expanded the signature like button.
Finally.
And has launched reactions. Wait, that's copyright. We can't say that. I'm just kidding.
Fine, bros.
Okay, reactions globally, right? So the new feature allows a user to tell their friends
Is there a
how
face palm button?
There needs to be a face palm.
There's a
button.
sad button, how the sadness makes them feel, whether that's any emoticon that expresses love, laughter, sadness, anger, or shock. To use this new feature, simply just hover over the like button or on the desktop, or hold down the like button on the mobile and click on the reaction image options.
There's like, there's love, there's haha, wow, sad, and angry.
Yep.
And I saw this one GIF post of all of that, but at the end it adds that one confused John Travolta GIF, and it says confused. And I was like, please God, someone do this. And then you remember how I told you guys how the Sonic the Hedgehog official Facebook was
Yes.
going absolutely ham with weirdness? They did something for this. They made
I think I
little
saw that.
Sonic
That's
emoticons having to go with these things. And I said, you know, I wonder if Facebook will allow at some point in time additional reactions or customizable reactions.
If people
and stuff
catch
like
on
that.
to it, I would definitely say yeah.
I
they
honestly
will,
think it's good, because you know when people post that
they probably
you know,
have somewhere that you buy.
no, you know.
Just look at our gift wars back and forth, just between us.
Yes, exactly.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah,
know-
you guys with your stickers and your gifts.
Well, now that they
our
have a little
chat.
gift search function inside the message app, but now I'm waiting for them to do a gift search function inside comments, inside posts, so you don't have to drag a link over and then it just, oh yeah, this is a GIF sort of thing. But no, I'd like to see it be customizable. But you know, I like this update, because
I do
mainly
too. A lot of people are like, we just wanted a dislike button, but I could see where that
As
could
long
be
as I don't
kind of
have to
like
use it, I'm
negative
yeah,
because
you don't. Yeah, it's a completely elected thing. You don't
Yeah,
have
well, I mean,
to
like
use
you
it.
could say, "Look, I got my diploma today." It's my put like a dislike thing.
Or-
Just like I could see how that would be
Yeah.
kind of rude.
Well, you could
know,
go.
Have you
no,
been on the
here's
internet, Kat?
I know.
Yeah.
Here's the
okay.
thing, guys.
Just
It
saying.
allows for you to be given more accurate reaction. Like, yeah, okay, you like that you got a new puppy, or you love that you got a new puppy. Wow, you got a new puppy. And then someone posts, "Oh, my grandma died." You don't want to like that status.
No.
You want to like do sad.
She could have been a horrible woman.
Or yeah, so that sort of thing. Or I think that's pretty cool, honestly.
To be fair here.
It's cool that Facebook did this. This is the one Facebook thing that I'm like, yeah, all right.
I approve.
I'll go with that.
I give it a like. There you
All
go.
right.
I'm okay with
So we've reached the end of the show.
Yep, that is pretty much it. Except for now comes the social.
Yes, the social media promotion.
shameless promotion of our social stuff.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
All right, you can find me at Zenspath, ZENSPATH on Twitter. You can also listen to the Zenspath podcast, which we record and put up on zenspath.com as well as on iTunes. We're on Twitch, twitch.com/Zenspath, and of course you can find us at facebook.com/Zenspath.
Okay.
What is Zenspath everything?
Yeah, everything. You can find us on the Nerd Edification Hour on Facebook. You can also find me on my Twitch stream, which is twitch.tv/outrageous. That's OUTRACHEOUS. And I don't know if I'll stream tonight. I might. We'll see. The last thing I streamed was Digimon, so that was pretty fun. And Caleb, where
it's
can you
pretty fun.
find us on Twitter and YouTube?
All right. So on the Twitter, the Twitter account that I randomly just splurge out tweets in the middle of midnight, like I usually do. I've
you do
noticed a
that-
pattern.
do
I don't
you-
do it on purpose. I'm just like, oh.
Do you wake up and just all of a sudden get an urge, or do you do this in your sleep?
It's just more of like, I don't know. I
mean-
guess I just get an urge randomly. I'm just like, oh,
I want to say this thing. Like, I mean, I post on our Facebook.
I have something to actually tweet about instead of random things because I don't have all the time to surf on the internet.
I mean, I post our This Day in Nerd History on the Facebook. So you could copy those and put those on Twitter at some point.
Somehow.
I'm on Twitter all the time saying stuff. So.
I'd have to put it on Twit longer or something like that. If I want.
Yeah, or just copy one of them because most of them are pretty small. So
you can just do the bit link to a lot of it too. There's ways you can do it.
Yeah.
All right. Teach me your ways of
social media.
Zen master. And then so that's at Nerd Edification. Yeah, you can find me there. Also, you can find us at Strangely Entertaining on YouTube, capital S, capital E. Where that is also where I'll be. Is also my YouTube channel will be staying at. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I think that's about it. So, cool. Good job, everybody. And thank you for listening and or watching. And until next week, stay fancy.
Bye.
Peace.